Happy Friday. I hope you have had an amazing week or are having an amazing weekend. I don't know about you, but I am super excited about the change in the weather here. It's starting to feel a little bit more like fall, so much that I couldn't even do this class outside without starting a little fire. We're going to go ahead and get started in Child's Pose for this class. This is going to be a little bit of a slow, stretchy class. You could do it after a run or a workout. So sitting your hips back on your heels, walking the hands out, bringing the forehead and forearms to rest on the mat, bringing your awareness and your focus to your breath. Paying attention to your inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, walking your hands a little bit to the right side. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Feeling a stretch along the left side. As you inhale, walking the hands back to center. As you exhale, switching sides, walking the hands over to the left side this time. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Sitting your right hip back towards your right heel. Doing the stretch along the right side. Walking the hands back to center. Exhale, Child's Pose. Take one more inhale here, and as you exhale, coming into all fours, hands and knees. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, cow pose, and as you exhale, round the back, cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly, cow pose. Exhale, arch the back, gaze between the thighs, cat pose. Inhale, slowly moving back through cow pose. As you exhale, press the floor away, drop your head, cat pose. Shifting back to Child's Pose. This time we're going to curl the toes under, lift the hips, press yourself all the way up into downward facing dog. Bending the right knee, pressing the left heel towards the mat. And switching sides. Switching sides again. Just one more time, switching sides. Oh, just kidding, switching sides again. Making both legs straight. We're going to inhale the right leg up, stepping the right foot between the hands, releasing the left knee to the mat, uncurling the left toes, just holding here, fingertips on the floor. We're going to bend the left knee, taking your right hand behind the back, grabbing the inside, that left foot or ankle. Kicking that left foot back a little bit to open up your left shoulder. And releasing the left leg back. And we're going to straighten the right leg, flex the right toes as you fold over your right leg. Maybe your nose comes to the right knee or shin. Shifting the weight forward, coming back into a lunge, coming up onto the left toe, step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Switching sides, inhale the left leg up, stepping the left foot between the hands, right knee comes down to the mat, fingertips stay on the floor, holding here, stretching out that right hip flexor, should feel pretty good. I'm going to bend the right knee, taking the left hand behind the back, grabbing the inside of the left foot or ankle. kicking your left foot back, opening up your right foot back, opening up your left shoulder, releasing the right foot back. Straighten the left leg, folding over the left leg, maybe your nose to that knee or shin, flexing the left toes. Keep focusing on your breath here, deepening on your exhales. I've been running a lot this week, so my legs have been pretty tight, so this class feels pretty good. We're gonna step the left foot back, coming back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale. As you exhale, look between your thumbs, bend your knees, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming into Ragdoll, taking opposite elbows in the palms. Letting your upper body be heavy, let your head hang. Swaying the upper body left to right. And release. As you inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Gonna right hand grabs the left wrist. Inhale, reach up, lean to the right, looking under your left armpit. As you inhale, coming back to center. You exhale, switching sides. Left hand grabs the right wrist, lean to the left, pressing your right foot flat into the floor as you gaze under your right armpit. As you inhale, coming back to center. As you exhale, bringing the hands behind the back, we're going to interlace the fingers, index fingers pointing out. As you inhale, breathe, lean back, look up. As you exhale, forward fold. Crown of the head towards the floor. Fingers are still interlaced. Pressing your shoulder blades together. Let your head hang. And release. We're going to plant the left hand in front of the left foot. Bend the left knee a little bit. Right arm reaches up as you twist to the right. Right hand comes down, switching sides. This time right palm stays flat. Bend the right knee, left arm reaches up, opening your chest to the left side. Left hand comes down, forward fold. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back. High plank, holding here. On your next exhale, lowering all the way down to the belly. As you inhale, straighten the arms, cobra pose, lift the chest. Shift the hips back, sitting your hips back on your heels, child's pose, letting your belly melt between your thighs. As you inhale, coming into all fours, curl the toes under. On your exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Stepping the right foot outside of the right hand. Coming into a lunge. Again, just holding here. Feeling the yummy stretch. Releasing the left knee to the floor. We're going to turn the right toes out to about 2 o'clock. Coming up onto the outer edge of that foot. If you want a little bit more, you can come down to the forearms. And slowly ease yourself back up onto the palms. You're on the forearms. Start to work that right foot outside of the left wrist, setting up for Pigeon Pose on this side. Whenever you're ready, start to walk your hands out, bringing the forearms to the floor. If you want more, you can come all the way down, resting your forehead on your mat. Breathing in and out of that right hip, releasing any tension that you may be holding on to there. The hips are a big storage place for our emotional junk, so these hip openers are a great way to release and let go of some of that you're holding on to before the weekend. And sometimes I think doing hip openers just makes me a nicer and better person. So if I can stay in Pigeon Pose for 5 minutes a day, I would love to do that. And don't worry if your hips don't come all the way to the floor. You'll get there eventually. Walking the hands back, we're gonna bend the left knee, taking the left leg inside of that left elbow crease, really pulling that left foot towards your left hip, stretching out your left quad. And slowly releasing the left leg back, curling the toes of the left foot. Bringing the right leg into a three-legged dog, bend the right leg, open the hip, making some circles with your right knee or ankle. You need to or want to. Right foot next to the left. As you inhale, sweeping the left leg up. As you exhale, left foot goes outside of the left hand, coming into a runner's lunge. Holding here, lifting the chest. Starting to open up that left hip a little bit, releasing the right knee to the mat now. You're going to turn the left toes out to about 10 o'clock, coming up onto the knife edge of that left foot, maybe coming down to the forearms. Slowly walking yourself back up onto the palms, taking that left foot outside of the right wrist. Pigeon pose on this side. Whenever you're ready, walking the hands out, maybe bringing your forehead and forearms to the mat. hope you're enjoying this moment of silence as you release that hip. Sometimes I think as a yoga teacher, I talk too much, so I try to give my students some quiet time whenever I can. Bending that right knee, taking it inside the right elbow as you pull your right heel towards your right hip, really stretching out the right quad. Releasing the right leg back. We're going to plant the palms, curl the toes of the right foot under, press yourself all the way up to a three-legged dog. Left leg is up. Bend the left leg, open the hip, making circles with your left knee or ankle here if you need to or want to before placing your left foot next to your right. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bringing the knees to the floor. Sitting the hips back, we're going to come into Hero's Pose. So bringing your heels outside of your hips. If you need a block or a pillow to sit on to lift your hips a little bit here, if you can't go all the way down, that is totally fine. If you want a little bit more, you can always come down onto the forearms, maybe laying all the way back. Slowly start to work your way all the way back up. Now we're going to shift the weight onto the sit bones, taking the feet out in front. Legs are straight. Taking an inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. And as you exhale, coming into a seated forward fold, trying to grab the backs of the feet. You can always have your knees soft, slightly bent here. Upper body comes up. We're going to take the right foot outside of the left thigh, bend the left knee, coming into a twist. Right hand goes behind the back, left arm goes outside of the right leg as you gaze over your right shoulder. Twisting a little bit deeper on your exhale. Coming back to center, switching sides. Right leg is flat, bend the right knee, taking the left knee up towards the ceiling. Left foot is flat, right arm goes outside of the left thigh, left hand behind the back, gazing over your left shoulder, or maybe at your dog if you're me. And coming back to center. Taking both feet flat to the floor, knees up to the ceiling, setting up for bridge pose. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, pressing all the way up, working your shoulders underneath your back. Keep opening from your heart center, pressing into all four corners of your feet, lifting your hips a little bit higher. And release. Slowly lower all the way down. Bringing the back flat to the mat, supine butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees going out wide, taking left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. Feeling your chest rise and fall with your inhales and exhales. Bringing the knees together, taking the feet up towards the ceiling, straighten the legs. You can stay here in legs up the wall, or if you want to come into shoulder stand, taking the hands under the hips, pressing all the way up, taking the feet straight up towards the ceiling, keeping your gaze straight up towards your toes. Most of the weight should be on the back of the triceps, hands supporting your lower back. You can stay there, come into plow pose, dropping the toes behind the head, maybe releasing the hands from the back, interlacing the fingers. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to roll out of this, one vertebrae at a time, bringing the back flat to the mat, taking the knees in towards the chest, wrapping the arms around the legs, gently rocking left to right. We're going to cross the right knee over the left, arms to the side like a T shape. Lower body falls to the left as your upper body turns to the right. Supine twist. Coming back to center, uncross the legs. The left leg crosses over the right. Time lower body falls to the right as your upper body turns to the left. Slowly coming back to center, uncrossing the legs, bringing the knees into the chest, giving them one more squeeze before coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana, taking the feet to the very edges of the mat, letting your feet flop open, having the hands resting by the sides, palms facing up, letting your shoulders relax, letting the muscles of your jaw, between your eyes relax. Maybe finding a happy thought to focus on here for just a few moments. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly start to awaken, moving your hands and feet around, bringing the knees into the chest, keeping them bent. You roll over onto your right or left side, depending on whatever energy you're feeling. Whenever you're ready, slowly pressing all the way up, coming into a seated position of your choice on your mat. Bringing the hands to heart center, letting the thumbs rest in the chest, or maybe taking a moment to bring the hands to the knees. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend as we say together, Namaste.